Universe podcast. So much universe, so little time.
And welcome to the Mantic Universe podcast. Once again, it's your cheerful, bouncing, delightful roving reporter, Danny Graves, out on the case. Today, we are out at the War of the Roses tournament in Oxfordshire, which is delightful, and the second biggest Kings of War tournament in the UK, run by the delightful creature, Todd Durkin. It's the third time the tournament's been on. I came here last year and had a fantastic time. So I'm here with my team. And because it's War of the Roses, you've either got to choose the red rose or the white roses. Obviously, I'm from Yorkshire and I'm team captain, so we are definitely Team Yorkshire. We have a flag. I've even got an embarrassing T-shirt on and we're ready to roll. But quite a lot of things have changed in the Kings of War world since I last spoke to you at Clash. In fact, we've got 4th edition on the way. Now, you've heard all the interviews on the podcasts, you've seen the fantastic stuff that Mantic's been putting out, but who really cares what the crusty old podcasters think? What really matters is what the people think. So I'm going to be catching up with all the players, I'm going to be speaking to them and seeing what they think of the new changes. The game is afoot. Let's go, boys and girls, let's go. And the first person I've managed to corner is Heath.
Hello,
So
how you doing? You all right?
Yeah, not too bad. Where have you come from today?
Cheltenham, just over in Gloucestershire, not too
bad.
far. Yeah.
2 hour drive?
Oh, hour and a half, so not too bad at all.
About the same
really.
for me.
Yeah.
It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's all right.
So what army have you brought today?
Empire of Dust, which has been my flavour all year.
Yeah. Heading for the top spot in Empire of Dust in the Mantic?
No, I don't think so. I'm topping faction at the moment, but it's not going to last. Mr. Quayle's going to gain his crown again.
How did you do in your first game?
Absolutely slaughtered.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Oh, not the best.
Well, apparently the podcast's just been ruined. I'll catch up with you later. Damn it, Todd! And after that incredibly rude interruption by the Todd Durkin on the Tannoy thing, telling us a load of things that we already knew.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So the main theme of the podcast this week is, what do all the players actually think about the new 4th edition that you've seen so far?
Yeah.
So what have you seen? What are you excited for?
I'm excited in general. I think it sounds like the game's going to get a complete refresh, and that's got to inspire more people to play and all the rest of it.
Were you finding the game's getting a bit stale?
Yeah, I've actually taken about a 6-month break. And just come back again. So I'm just come back because of 4th editions. I'm knocking on the door. So
good stuff.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
I say, to keep it fresh for me, I'll keep on trying like different armies and different ways of playing.
Yeah.
It does get to a certain point where you're like, you come up with a certain player, you know what type of army they're going to have, you know how it's going to go, and you know exactly some things how they go down to a wire, and you just like. Yeah. You know, you want a little bit more wackiness and wildness, but also when there's too much, it kind of destroys the flavour of the game.
Yeah.
So, but in general,
I think things like sticky combats and no corkscrew charges sounds good to me. Hopefully there'll be some nuances and different things that you can try and experiment with. But I think it'll just refresh the game and. Yeah, exactly
that is
what
one
we
of
need.
the few things I'm looking forward to the most is the first 6 months carnage where everybody just tries to break the rules. It's going to be an absolute free-for-all of army list building, trying out new things. It's like, can I do the surge? Or maybe, I'll change my army list, and just trying to, like that first few months of trying to work out how your army works against different opponents. That's going to be the top thing for me.
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, Empire of Dust has been brilliant, but it'll definitely be a new army for me for 4th edition.
New Zicali, what do you think of them?
My pick, I think I'll leave everybody else to experiment with them and see where they go.
Oh, Todd's off again. Right, I give up. Let's go somewhere else. Let's go throw stuff at him. Grab them dice. With Alexander McWilliams, what army have you brought today?
I brought Northern Alliance.
How well are you doing so far? 2 games in?
2 games in, 2 losses, close games, but it's getting there. I'm learning how to play again.
Okay. Well, the lower you get down, you'll find some chump to beat, and boost the ego back up.
Exactly. That's what I'm hoping for.
Cool. So, looking forward to 4th edition, are you?
So I only joined around 8 months ago, so I'm relatively new. So actually, I'm not as hard, fast, and loving everything in 3rd anyway. So I'm like, actually, a fresh start. I might be able to go a little bit higher in the ranks.
And unfortunately, you've just started. You'd have had to learn all the rules, and now you're going to have to learn them all again.
Yeah, that's the one annoying thing. I'm going to have to relearn everything again.
But in one way, you're used to learning new rules, whereas us old miserable bastards, we're all like, oh my God, my brain doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, it's true. I'm still learning, and I think even today I was still going, oh, that's how that works, does it? And now I'm going to have to learn everything new again. So it'd be fun. What can go wrong?
We haven't got all the new rules for 4th yet, but what have you seen so far that you like? What do you don't like? What do you think?
I like the fact the way you create an army list, because I still didn't really know how to make one because it was a bit complicated. So I think that's fun. I don't use much shooting, so I'm not as averse to the changes in that rule. So I'm looking forward to things not dying before I even get into combat. That's the main thing.
And as a new player as well, I've looked at your army and you've got a little bit of everything as opposed to I've got 3 chimeras or loads of frost giants, so you shouldn't be too affected by the new army selection.
Yeah, I've got a broad range of everything I can use. I haven't ended up spamming anything yet, so I think I'm probably safe in the army building area.
I'm like a tournament player, but I don't tend to take as many spam nasty lists. So I just get so bored of painting the same thing over and over. So my armies are quite like that anyway. I've got 1 of these and 2 of that. So I don't think I'll get affected too much.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
So yeah, people like us, it'll be all right.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. It's okay.
But I'm kind of expecting all the guys who've got like 3 dragons, there's just going to be like eBay's going to be flooded full of monsters for the next 6 months.
Oh no, exactly.
In one way, it's great because you get nastier stuff. But in other ways, if people have spent like hundreds of pounds on really great models and spent ages pointing it up, it's like, we've changed the list to make it more fun for you. And it's so much fun, you've just wasted like £500 on miniatures you can't use anymore. So there's a bit of a balance.
It'll be interesting to see how many of my miniatures I can still use. Because I've got quite a few, but I'll see, can I still use all of them in 4th or not, which I'm hoping I can do.
I think there'll be, most of my armies, I'll have to move 1 and 2 bits about. I'm actually kind of looking forward to it because I prefer the older army system. I like the idea of like, if you've got a regiment, you can have 2 troops. If you've got a horde, you can have 1 of each.
Yeah.
It just fits in my brain. And that's one of the reasons I really like Kings of War. I just looked at the army selection. I was like, I like this. It works for me. I don't like the new one as much, but I'm used to playing Firefight, and it's the same in that. So I can see how it works. And in a way, it's nice having that system across all the different ones. It's supposed to be simpler. Even though I'm used to it in Firefight, I do find it a bit more confusing because I can have 2 of this, but not 1 of this, and that's got to be. And then as soon as you start throwing in characters, which unlock other stuff, I've got a feeling it might be a little bit more complicated than they're making it out to be.
I think if the companion app wasn't there, I think I would spend a long time trying to figure out what unit goes in what thing and how does it all work. So thank God that's there.
Well, thank you for the modern miracle of technology.
Exactly.
Beautiful. Thanks for chatting to me, man, and good luck with your next game.
Thank you very much.
And I'm here with Simon Cooper. Last time I spoke to we just played at Masters.
Yes, Rordia, I think.
And I said then he's cursed. It's the only game I won all day, and because his losses were better than mine, you still beat me and I got the wooden spoon.
Yes. Well, is that you beating me, though? Because I would have liked the wooden spoon, given I lost every game. But anyway, I'm not bitter.
But still a Masters player, and that means Simon is a top quality, high level player. What do you think of the changes in 4th that's coming out?
Too early to say yet, is my opinion. But I think I'm looking forward to it. I think it will be an improvement. They simplified things. Everybody's complaining of shooting. I think it's still going to be okay. I was talking about it in the game I just played against Gavin, and I think his unit, in turn 1, I killed a unit instantly, Night Stalkers. with shooting. In 4th edition, that unit wouldn't have died, but it would be on a lot of damage. So I'm okay with that. I think it's fair for him to have a unit left alive, and I could kill it in a future turn, in theory, with combat, shooting, whatever.
Change the tactics of
yeah.
how you're going to play that. I'm doing a halfling army, basically because Invasion have got like the 4 armies, and the next book's going to have 3 to 4 armies. I'm going to try and follow every 6 months with a new army based on what's happening in the story.
Okay.
So I'm starting off with halflings, and at the moment it's quite a shooty army,
right,
which might be bad, but I'm going on the principle that if I'm putting out a lot of shooting early on, then I'm going to have a lot of small, fast, medium, punchy units to take off the wounded ones afterwards.
That's an interesting idea, yeah.
So,
of course, your nimble, fast stuff might get killed in turn.
Don't be like that. I'm thinking here.
No discouraging. Yeah, no, that's fine.
But that's one of the beauties of a new edition. You're trying out new tactics, trying out new things.
And that's the important thing. I think tactics will change. So again, in the game I played, I killed Gavin's another one of his units on the second turn too, again with shooting. So again, that unit would have survived for 4th, but he would have done very little to me in those 2 turns. So if we were playing 4th, what would have happened is I would still have to deal with those 2 units.
Yep.
And people will say, oh, but they should be dead. I don't think so. I'm glad, I think, if they had survived, because it's disheartening for him to lose those units. But I don't think I benefit from them being dead, because I can kill them later. There were a couple of turns I wasn't doing much with a couple of units, and I could have simply targeted those units. So I think a unit being killed from shooting doesn't make sense, which is what people are saying. It's heavily damaged, it can still be killed. In theory, I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be good. I'm looking forward to it, honestly.
Is there anything you're not looking forward to?
Losing? No. I don't know yet. I'm not sure yet. I don't know what army I'm going to play. I'll probably pick an army early next year once I've had a look at the rules and figure out what's what and what I can do and whatever. I've got so many to choose from. Go back to an old army, pick a new army. I'm not yet sure what I'm going to do. So it's a wait and see. I'm not going to jump.
Damn it, Simon, you've given me a really reasonable response. It's a podcast. I'm wanting controversy. I'm wanting fire. I'm wanting passion. Damn it. Just say something mean about 4th, please, quick.
Burn all your armies!
Oh, my God.
Hey, Alicia Cavator, how dare you?
Yes, how dare you?
How dare you?
Well, fine. We've just been heckled, so in true comedian style, I'm going to go over and interview the heckler. Who are you?
I don't know, who am I? It's
Steve Evans, boys and girls.
Hey!
Face for radio, so we might as well interview him.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, no worries. So, what army have you brought today to War of the Roses?
Racking slaves.
Oh, bless. So, getting them in there while you still can.
Oh, that's right, mate,
Now, I suppose you can still use them as Ratkin afterwards.
Well, Golok's still going to be alive, isn't he?
Yeah.
So you'll still be able to use them as Ratkin slaves?
Yeah. Are you going to carry on using them in 4th, or... Mind you've got so many bloody armies anyway, you just... Yeah. Well, there's one army you don't have yet, Stephen.
Yes, there's a Carly.
Yeah. What do you think of them? Do you like the look
I
at them?
do like them. They do look nice. I won't be buying them straight off, because everybody will be buying them because they're so nice. So
you want to be one of the cool kids.
Yeah, I don't like to have the same armies as everybody else. Always like, So I'll give it 6 to 8 months, and then pick them up to add to my 28 other armies.
I do love the Sakali. Absolutely love the Berserkers and the Hunters.
Yep.
The models. I love the Dragon. The Sakali ones themselves in the armor.
Okay.
They're okay. I don't mind them. I'm not wholly struck on the monks. It's a bit too cliche. It's like, let's do it Eastern. You know what we need? Showering monks.
Yep.
And the models are okay. The artillery look a bit...
Don't like the artillery. Really.
No,
they're a bit pants.
So slightly missed a trick there, but like I say, the dragon and the other bits I absolutely adore.
Well, I'm hoping that when they do the different head options, they do Shih Tzus, because I have a couple of.
Sorry, can you not swear?
Yeah, Shih Tzus.
What, one with no animals?
Yeah. Yes. Because I have 2 of them myself, so I'd like to do them the same as my dogs.
I had a little pet cockapoo. I quite like
nice.
that. And like Shih Tzu, we had a Lhasa and I was little.
Yeah.
We had an Irish Terrier as well. Yeah.
Problem is, my Shih Tzu is my male, Clyde. He's so scared, so all my Zakali just have to run away. So.
Oh, bless. Yeah. As long as you don't get things like pugs.
Oh no.
I feel sorry for them.
That would be more cliche, wouldn't it?
If somebody came on the table and brought a pug, Zicali Army, I'd just have to
you win.
wipe it off just to put it out of its misery.
Right, yeah, of course.
So, well, somebody's just come past saying they wanted a sausage dog. Dashun.
Sausage dog. I thought you just said you wanted a sausage.
Sausage. No, we've eaten all the sausages.
Eating all the sausages. Oh, right.
Actually, Matt Ramsden, who runs the pit, has got this beautiful little sausage dog called Mizo.
I have seen him.
He's got a little Superman
Yeah.
collar thing, and it's absolutely stunning. So I would love a little.
yes.
That's a good idea. We'll
That's
go
a
with
good
sausage dogs. I was actually down the pit last couple of weekends. Last weekend we did a firefight tournament, which I was supposed to be covering for the podcast. However, it was peeing it down outside, so too noisy, and it was noisy in the shop, so couldn't do it. And the week before, we had a doubles. We had an ambush tournament, and because the numbers were even, I got to play 2 games at the same time.
Whee.
Chris Lynch,
Chess master.
Chris Lynch is like the master. He's always at the top of the table, whatever. But he's always been going on about having a tournament where you play 2 games at the same time. He hasn't done it yet.
Yeah,
but I have. It was only ambush. And
Who's the real master?
well, I still managed to win with my halflings. My pistols didn't do so well, but I still managed it. Yeah, so and because I play firefight as well. One weekend I got the double. I won a firefight and a Kings of War tournament in the same weekend.
Brilliant.
So that makes me better than Chris Lynch.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely.
And better looking.
Well, goes without saying, I'm the best looking guy in the room, and
well, yeah.
everybody knows it.
That's true.
Yeah, we should really be filming this instead of...
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
No, you break the camera if you're feeling this.
Is there anything... we're getting off subject. We're here to talk about 4th edition, Steve.
Sorry.
Is there anything you've seen about 4th you're not looking forward to yet? Any of the new rules you're a bit... about?
No, not really. I'm quite laid back when it comes to stuff like that.
Christ, everybody I'm talking to is like, oh, I really like the look of 4th.
Well, I just wait until it comes out, to be honest. I'm just glad what they did with the army selection. That was the one thing I was looking forward to more than anything, to them changing it to being more... We're using more infantry basic units instead of like all the
That's
fancy
what I
dance
wanted.
stuff.
They fixed a lot of the... I prefer the older army style selection system.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with the new one because it's fixed a lot of the things that I wanted fixing.
Yeah.
I do want it more infantry based. Like 1 or 2, 3 monsters is too much. I don't mind the 2.
And I like the idea of having the one lord character leads 1 battalion, and if you want a 2nd battalion, so you're not got 5 lords on with like 5 other units.
Yeah.
Like we've had in 4th, like, you know what I mean, you've got 3 dwarf lords running around and there's only like 5 other units of infantry. Like,
Yeah. How many dwarf lords did you have in a province?
That's right, yeah. So I do like that idea. So
Cool. Nice. Well, thank you very much for speaking to you.
No problem,
and
mate.
better luck in your next few games.
take it easy.
Actually, I didn't ask you how well you did I?
1 win, 1 loss.
That'll do.
That's do.
Beautiful.
Not too bad.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, mate.
And I'm here with Ruben I said your name wrong already. It's not going well, is it? Ruben Maunders. And how old are you, Ruben?
12.
And you've been coming to Kings of War tournaments for a good year now.
Yeah, a year and a bit.
So it's fantastic having younger people coming in. It does mean I have to cut my swearing down. You've never heard me swear before, have you?
Sure.
Sure. I like your spirit. Keep lying for me, and we're going to be good friends. So, what army have you brought this weekend?
I got elves.
Elves. Would that be the sickening, horrible list with all the dragons?
Yeah.
in? Did you personally write that?
Yes.
Is there something wrong with you?
No.
Ah. You're going to go far, kid. So, how have your games gone so far?
It's okay. 1 loss, 1 win.
I saw you got drawn up against John Quayle for first
Yeah.
round. He's a bit of a toughie. How well did you do?
Really bad.
Did you get any objectives?
Yeah.
That's all right. Against John. And your second game?
Tabled them.
Tabled them. Oh, was that against Tony?
Yeah.
Well, bless. I don't think I've ever lost against Tony, so well done. So middle of the table now. Yeah, you feeling confident for your next game?
Yeah.
I don't even know what the next scenario is. Pillage, is it?
I think
Pillage, plunder.
it's one of them.
Who cares? Just stick some toys down on the table. Have a go. So we've got 4th edition coming out. Have you been following what's been changing?
A bit.
A bit. Anything you like the look of? Anything you don't?
I don't like the new engaging, disengaging thing.
The feigned flight thing.
know where you engage, you can't disengage.
Oh, the sticky combats.
Yeah.
I'm unsure about that so far. I think it's supposed to stop the corkscrew, like leaving, bouncing around and... Oh, Heather just said toilet on the podcast. She's never going to live this down.
Oh, yeah, I need a wee.
Hey everybody, Heather needs a wee. We don't want to listen to her tinkle, so we're going to stop the interview right there and go somewhere where blushes are less prevalent. Thank you, Heather, for ruining the tone.
You're more than welcome, I'm so sorry.
And I'm here with John Randall. What have you brought today, John?
Ogres,
Ogres
as per
again?
usual.
Cool. So are you looking forward to using them in 4th, or are you going to go for a different army this time?
I've got Abyss in 4th. I'm not going for Ogres. I may come back to it at some point in time, but it was time for a change. I've been looking at...
You've been playing them all year, haven't you?
I've played them all year this year, the Ogres, and it started off well, but it's tailed away at the end of the year.
So you're going full Abyss?
Yes.
What do you think of the new Zakali? You going to start an army of them? Or?
No, at the moment I've still got my Dusty Boys that I will bring back out at some point in time. I've got to rebase the champions, obviously, but I'm looking forward to 4th.
Any things you're not liking the look of? Any things you're especially really excited about?
I'm excited about the fact that I'm not going to get shot off the table. that is a worry with the wrist at the moment, but yeah.
Especially when you play somebody who's got a surging tree list and they charge into your shooters on turn 1.
Yeah.
It does happen, doesn't it, John?
It does happen, yes. How many lots of surge was it, Paul?
I had quite a bit. Yeah. I would say I'm sorry, but it was a fun game, so I'm not going to apologise.
Yeah, it was fun.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to go harass somebody else. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And we now have a scoop because I've actually managed to corner John Quayle. Now, a lot of you will be wondering how are all the points going to work in the new edition? What can I take? And the man who actually came up with the algorithm for the brand new system of how much points are costed is right with me. So, John, everybody wants to know, why the hell is this costing this much now?
Well, you won't know until you get the book anyway, will you, at the end of the day? There's a lot of work went into developing something which replaced what we had in the past. We did have a system as such. We had a points basis, so everybody knows the Kingdoms of Men shield wall, and then working back from that. But it just meant that we didn't get, it wasn't that accurate. I mean, you've played with armies, haven't you, where the unit looks a little bit undercosted or overcosted. And
how do they get that for 145 points? And I have to spend 170 on this bloody unit in...
And it's always the tweak, we'd always, to start off with, remember, with Kings of War, we didn't change points. The rules committee was looking at just changing the unit rather than changing the points.
Yeah, they never want to change points, so no matter what you had in your army was going to be legal. You didn't have to fight about...
Correct. Yeah. And that also led to us going into these kind of staid, large infantry horde has 18 attacks or it has 24 attacks, so it's easier to calculate and understand. So going into development of version 4, I was working on a spreadsheet that would just give me some insight into the version 3 numbers, just so that we can get an idea of what was good and what was bad, and spent the best part of maybe 2024 just tweaking with that slightly. So when version 4 came round and Mantic were looking at having something that was a little bit more clear cut for version 4, I put my hand up and said, well, why don't we try this? Unfortunately, it did mean that I was then responsible for doing all of the tweaking, and also explaining it out to people takes a little bit of time.
And yeah, John, you never ever tell people what you can really do, because then they expect it.
Yeah, that's it. It's like, when you're a kid, you're never good in goal, because if you're ever good in goal, right, that's all you ever do. Yeah. They put you in goal. So we did a bit of tweaking. The way that the development went is that we're trying a lot of different stuff first, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, tweaking it as we go along. So actually having the formula in place just gave us a guide to start off with, and then we finalised it closer to the actual end of the process. I'm quite proud of it. I think we've got to a place where it's not going to be perfect. Nothing's going to be perfect. I mean, the fact that we work on 5 points gaps between everything, that we end up with units around 200 points, you're always going to fluctuate. I can't give a unit 84 points because it has to be 85 or 80. So there is going to be a little bit of fluctuation with that, and plus a little bit of settling as new rules, new scapegoats can come into place. new tactics, new combos, that kind of thing. We're going to have to see how it all works out.
So say if something like an ogre horde ogre regiment now.
Oh yes, yeah.
Is say like 200 points, whereas an elemental army would an elemental unit would be say also 200 points, but then you have to make that 220 because that just has Strider. Do like special rules have a certain points values, and do they go up or down depending on what other things are good in the unit?
This is the beauty of what's going on in the background. Is a lot of what actually happens. So their speed has to take it into consideration with their combat ability. Their combat ability is affected by so many things like Thunderous Charge, Crushing Strength, Elite Vicious, all of these things. So what it's doing is it's as you add in extra attacks, 2 attacks extra for a unit that has Crushing 2 Elite hits and 3s is going to be far more worthy than a unit of Scarecrows getting 2 extra attacks.
So do you have like this big spreadsheet matrix mega thing that's the size of a wall?
Yeah.
Or do you have like a specially written computerized algorithm process where you type in what the unit is and it goes bing, 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 bing.
Yeah.
This unit is 155 points.
Well, that's it. So we've managed to get it down to you just write the profile in, bang, a number comes up, right? In the background, there's a lot of stuff going on.
And then you play a good 20 games and go, yeah, it seems about right.
Yeah, I mean, it's see, the thing is, as long as you're putting a value to it, it's usually the kind of balance against other things that you're taking in. So you've got to think, how much is the defense and nerve worth against its ability to fight, how quick it is, what spells it has. So there's a lot of factors going on. You've got to be careful. You've got to do too far and go to the nth degree. And there's some tweaks. Some units are good in combat but also good at shooting. How does that balance out? Sometimes they've got 2 spells. How does that balance out? So there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. And the one beauty of it, and I think lots of people, including Kyle and Matt, etc., have just pointed out that even if it isn't perfect now, that allows us to then tweak it, and then everybody gets the same balance. Right?
Yeah.
Plus, on top of that, what it does, it opens up a big avenue for us in terms of development. Is that we're not using a lot of time to actually work out how much units are going to cost. That's done.
Yeah.
So we can just go, well, actually, if we take that from that unit, what does that do? Okay, so we can tweak and meld things a little bit more. So what you'll probably see now is there's going to be a lot more diversity in the units that are going to be in the lists. So especially in initial wave, there's going to be quite a few units you're going to look and go, they're very different to what they were in version 3. But that's all going to be calculated in. So there's going to be a lot more freedom in being able to tweak what certain units do, etc. On top of that, you've still got to be careful you don't end up in a place where a unit gets elite and vicious and crushing 2 and then speed 10, and no matter how much you allow for the formula, that will then still be such a good combo. It's very hard to balance.
Does the algorithm allow for adding magic items? So if a unit's hitting on 4s, will that with Crush 2, you'll get a certain number of hits and wounds out of that, but then if you add a certain magic item, that's going to exponentially change things for one unit compared to another.
Don't forget, it's still the same as it is before. The artifacts are more expensive for the value of the thing that you're getting. So, Brewer Sharpness for +1 to hit is 45 points. So that's still, for some units, not worth the value it's going to be getting. That is a huge spider. So then we're going to be going with the same position we had in version 3, where all the artifacts are at a cost. We've removed the Regiment Horde differentiator and just kept it at the higher points just to keep it simple, because there was always ones that slipped through the net. So that's a simplification. I mean, I don't think there's going to be a capacity to go to, you add an artifact and it's different per unit without actually then everybody having to rely on the companion to be able to create their lists.
Yeah.
So, and also then working out what all the algorithm and stuff does. So, yes, it's going to be similar with that. What you'll start to notice is some of the infantry will come down in cost. Yeah. So the traditional shield ward is probably 10% cheaper now than it was before. And things like shooting is also obviously slightly lower rated now with the new version of the rule, so that's come down slightly. So
even though shooting's weaker, you could potentially take more of it?
Well, shooting isn't weak. It still does the same amount of damage it does now. The difference is that you need to usually get somebody in combat to kill them. So it's a bit different. People are going to be careful. They just don't think that, okay, he's not going to be able to kill me with shooting, so I should ignore it. It's still going to cause damage in your army. You're still going to have to then worry about them being charged later on in the game. So it's just a different way of playing. But it means that things like crosswomen, right? You know, I never took crosswomen in my army because they weren't worth the points.
No.
Now they've come down by about 20%. It makes a big difference in your choices, selections. You go, well, they're worth it now.
I could take 3 units of them or 2 units of sisters with bows. It's cool.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting. I think I've been telling a lot of people recently it's going to be Kings of War but different, right? We are going to be playing the same game. You've got a different roadmap now in terms of how you build things, how you design your army, and how it's going to play. So for new players, it's going to be slightly easier. I think for existing players, it's just a fresh start.
Yeah, listening to one of the other podcasts, one of the guys on it said, John Quayle said, it's not better, it's not worse, it's just different. So it's for everyone, it's going to take a different learning curve.
Yeah.
There's going to be complete psychos like these guys over here near the top tables, and they're going to find stuff straight out. And though thankfully shooting is supposed to be nerfed a little bit, because I've just been on the top table and had to face Chris Lynch's completely shooting army, and I got completely decimated it. So let's wipe the grin off his face with no, he's not happy, boys and girls. He's not happy.
Yeah, but, I think he is. I think he'll be fine.
But
he's a grown man, right? You know.
But thank you, John, for the interview, and also thank you for doing all the algorithm stuff. It means people like me who are no good at it get to it. I mean, that's why I'm really glad they didn't go to D8s, because I can't actually count that far. 6, I'm fine with. Any more than that?
I was up for D10s, right?
D10s.
No. Centimetres. Let's make everything centimetres.
Well, D10s, they're a little bit more wobbly, aren't they? So if you knock the table, it's like, oh my God, I don't know how many wounds I just got.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. You've got to think about practicalities.
Boring.
And then just because we're asking everybody what they're looking forward to about 4th and what they're not looking forward. What things are you looking forward to in 4th edition?
I'm looking forward to painting a Zicali army. I'm going to put one of those guys together, paint them the same colour as my BMW, just 'cause it's funny, right? And then it saves me having to worry about colour palette. It's nice and easy.
What you could do is get one 3D printed, then get it cast in bronze, and actually have it as a hood ornament. You know, like BMW, like Mercedes have like the little symbol on, like this big snarling dog head, and everybody in the town will be like, look at that guy, he's the coolest.
Yeah. Obviously, they know it already, but it's just a confirmation.
Is there anything you're not liking about 4th? The things that you wanted, like, to stay in, or things you wanted to get rid of and it hasn't quite worked out?
I think there's lots of little tweaks that I wouldn't necessarily gone for, but this is the thing, it's all decisions. Somebody has to make a decision, we have to go that way. I think there's still room for improvement, so it'd be nice to get a bit more time to look at it in the future, but for the moment it's good. We're going to look
that's one of the things I love about 3rd edition is we've reached that point by playing thousands and thousands of games, everybody reporting back, working out what works, what doesn't, and then trying different things and getting rid of them. So
everybody has a different opinion about.
And everybody's got a different opinion. So, like withdrawal, I didn't mind withdrawal. It just didn't bother me either way. What really annoyed me about withdrawal was it was all based on the base size.
Yes.
Whereas troops like fast cavalry, skirmishing type troops, they should be the ones doing that.
Yeah.
But they couldn't do it.
Bogged down.
Some units could do it just because they were regiment sized and their base fit the right size.
Yeah.
So I like that change. I'm not wholly struck on getting rid of wavering, because wavering's that big. It's one of those, oh my God, I either need to break this unit or I need them to survive and hit back. But then the wavered, it just adds that level of tension. But now they're just gone. I'm worried about the game being a little bit more blander.
It's difficult. I mean, the thing is, you go to that point where you say we could have waivers in combats, but then all it did is it meant that people never took any units that wavered. So they would just, they would focus down on the fearless side. The fact that you still get the fearless shooting benefit is probably, it's still well worth it. But you're right, it's a mechanic that waver's been around for such a long time, but I still think there's an opportunity to tweak it if we needed to in the future. Because it's still a fundamental mechanic. I think what's a really big benefit is that we've gone now, instead of waverable units, non-fearless units, having that nerve deficit against a fearless unit, because 14-16 was always worse than 16.
Yeah.
Because you were basically 2 points of nerve lower already, so you were automatically affected by it.
I think, because coming from a Warhammer background, like 6th edition was probably my favourite, and you've got like 4 or 5 pages of psychology in there, all the psychology rules, and then I came to play Kings of War and I'm just like, well, that psychological aspect's not in the game.
Yeah.
So to me, the waiver value represented that moment. And because I do reenactment as well, like actually fighting in lines, and I feel that wavering when that people go, oh, why don't you hit back? There are literally times where you're getting pushed and you're like, one guy's knocked out, another guy's knocked out, and you're kind of looking around going, crap, is this the point where we're screwed, or do we like... So, to me personally, it's not like a massive thing. I mean, it's just 2 points of...
There's scope for change as well in the future. I mean, you could flip what waiver and devastation does. You know, you could end up in a place where you're wavered, you're still fighting, but you hit half your attacks, right?
Yeah.
You know, so that could also be a solution. But I'd like to see how it's going to pan out. The thing is, we were going to have 6 to 12 months of just absolute chaos. I think
it's the chaos I'm looking forward to.
Just playing
carnage.
It's just going to be a lot of people trying lots of different things, and then somebody comes up with something new, and then that's the new golden stuff. And that's going to be the beauty of it for the next 12 months. Plus, also with the additions of extra armies coming in, we're going to have little bumps as we go along. If Mantic stay to their 6-month timeline's great, because then each time we're going to get 4 extra armies, potential tweaks, everything, and just knock it over.
Well, I'm sticking to it. I'm doing halflings for the first book. Whatever book comes out next, I want to do one of those armies.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm not doing Carly just yet, but I want to read the background and get like into the feel. I mean, at the moment, I'm reading the old Space Wolf books from like the 90s. So I'm like, I really want to do a Space Wolf army. I'm not going to do it, but I want to do one. So if I read the Carly background and the Raven Spy book, and I'll be like, actually, I like these guys. I want to do an army. So, but thanks for speaking to us, and we'll go and find out who's won the tournament. Spoiler alert, it's not me or John.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, man. Another fantastic, exciting tournament of War of the Roses finished. We don't actually know who won the Lancashire or Yorkshire, but I'm pretty much definite it was Yorkshire. Fantastic speaking to everybody. Really great speaking to John Quayle and finding out all about the algorithming stuff behind the scenes, and listening to everybody's thoughts on 4th edition. Is it going to be good? Is it going to be bad? Who can tell? Well, we can when we actually finally get the rules and have a look for ourselves and work it out. So only a couple of months now left, and we're going to find out. We've got the last tournament of 3rd is going to be on the 3rd down in Bristol, so that's going to be a big goodbye for 3rd edition, and then we're straight into 4th. So I'm sure all the guys in the podcast will be following up, giving point by point fantastic coverage of 4th edition as we go along, and hopefully some more controversial opinions, because let's face it, everybody today was really nice and gave really good, honest, decent reviews. And we don't want that. We want scandal. Scandal, I tell you. Right, that's it. You're off. Bye.